Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Yesterday I picked up Assassin's Creed 3 for my Nintendo Switch, and after 24 hours it's time to give my first impressions of the game. First off, I am not a serious follower of Assassin's Creed. I know the series has been around for a while, and though I have played a little bit of Assassin's Creed Black Flag, this will most likely be the first Assassin's Creed game that I get to finish, and that's mainly due to the portability of the Nintendo Switch. Before we begin, keep in mind that I have only been playing this game for 24 hours and all of my thoughts are preliminary. Alright, with that out of the way, here we go. I thought we would start off with the main question at hand. How does Assassin's Creed 3 perform on the Switch's hardware? I'm pleased to say that for the most part, it has been performing mostly up to my expectations. However, that's not to say that it doesn't have its problems. On missions where the focus is on a small specific region of the map, the game runs pretty perfectly. Frame rates are solid with very few hiccups. However, when we open it up to the main map, things get a little more sticky. In the main city and going between different towns, you definitely see occasional drops in frame rate, changing directions really quickly or moving the camera, and you'll just notice from time to time that it definitely dips. In my opinion, this doesn't distract from the game too badly, but it's definitely worth noting. Yeah. Yeah. One other thing that I've noticed about the game's performance, and it really doesn't impact the game itself, is that as you're loading from one section of the game to another section of the game, you'll definitely notice that the audio tends to lag and pop and kind of just get disjointed from the game. And then the game kind of does the same thing as you're loading into the new section, and then finally the sound and the audio sync back up. And it's not really something that's going to make or break your decision on whether or not you want to buy this game, but it definitely is a little jarring going between sections of the game because it happens every loading screen. One last note about performance is pop-in, and it's just becoming kind of an expectations on the Switch's hardware right now that when you have an open world game like this, like LA Noire, like Saint Rose the Third, and now like Assassin's Creed 3, occasionally you're going to notice some pop-in, like trees and carts that sometimes will just appear right in front of you, and maybe occasionally a building or two. Again, I don't think that this is too terribly distracting, but it is, again, something to note. Moving on to the graphics, I feel like the Switch's version looks excellent, especially in handheld. Having not played the game on the Xbox 360 or PS3, I can't officially say if the Switch version looks better than the original, though if I had to take a stab or a guess at it, I would definitely say the graphics land probably somewhere in between the original version and the new PS4 or Xbox One Remastered edition. And while the graphics look great, part of me really wishes that Ubisoft had given us a way to scale the graphics down to allow for better performance on the Switch, so we would get a little bit less pop-in, and so, there wouldn't be as many dips in frame rate. I think a lot of people would have been willing to make that trade-off to go back to the original graphics if they could got better performance. Finally, getting into the game mechanics, Assassin's Creed 3 definitely feels like a dated game in 2019. The combat feels clunky and inconsistent at times, and the parkour especially feels inaccurate. However, I was expecting this going in, so it didn't bother me too much. One thing I've noticed is that the game has also been inconsistent at times with its stealth approach. In the game, when you enter tall grass, your character is supposed to automatically crouch and hide. However, on one particular mission where this is critical, there was a point where I had entered the tall grass and couldn't get my character to crouch for the life of me. This led to me being discovered and having to restart the entire mission, which was extremely frustrating. I don't know if it was a fluke or not, but it is, again, something to just keep in mind that the performance on the Switch is not always perfect. Overall, though, I am really excited to continue my adventure in Assassin's Creed 3. The game has been ported better than I originally guessed it would be, and while it's not perfect, I'm glad to make those sacrifices in performance and graphics if it means that I can play this game on the go. So what do you all think? Are you planning to pick up Assassin's Creed for your Switch? Or perhaps you already have a copy of your own. Either way, leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. That's all for today, folks. If you liked this video, make sure you smash that like button. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And we'll see you all in the next one.